Whenever you're ready, just let me know.
Conference play is in full swing. The Fontbonne Griffins facing off against the Spalding Golden Eagles in a SLIAC conference matchup here on Prepcast. I'm Zach Goodman, joined alongside Adam Lewis. Adam, this Fontbonne Griffins team, they are 1-3, 1-1 in conference, but coming off their first win of the season, a 55-45 win against Blackburn.
Yeah, they're trying to build some confidence after that rough 0-3 start to the season, and they're doing exactly that, coming off a 55-45 win against Blackburn College. And it was a tight game all the way through. They had just a 2-point lead going into the second quarter, and then they ended up being tied at halftime. They were losing by 1 headed into the fourth, but they outscored Blackburn 21-10 in the fourth to secure the victory.
Yep, that was a big fourth quarter for them to get on the winning side of things. They're up against Spalding. Spalding, the Golden Eagles, are 1-6, 0-2 in conference play. They're coming off a loss against Principia, 57-53, where they gave up 33 turnovers. So that's something that they're going to have to fix tonight today, if they want to have some success against this Fontbonne team. Look for Gabby Douglas coming off of a big game off the bench for the Golden Eagles. We're just about ready for tip here at Fontbonne. For a second, thought there was only 4 Griffins out there on the court. Found the last one. The tip is up, and it's won back by Spalding. Fontbonne. Oh. Spalding has the ball, Michaela Lute in the corner. Goes to the left. All right, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong roster real quick there. That's Jamise Bailey. Now kick up, three-pointer from the top of the key, 14, Kristen Comfy, and she'll miss. Now we're going to try another three-pointer. This one is just off the mark as well. That was off the hands of Sam Foppe. Beamer gives off to Jamise Bailey. Bailey will drive right. Long first possession here for the Griffins. Another three-pointer, the third of the possession. This one's well short from Kristen Comfy, and that will be the first possession. 3 opportunities there, lots of offensive rebound.
Yeah, and this Fontbonne Griffins club, they really love to try and get that 3-ball going, especially early on in the game. You can expect quite a few different players on the club to be making those shots, especially Piper Fitzgerald.
Piper Fitzgerald has had an excellent season so far for the Griffins. Here's a corner 3, the first shot of the game for Spalding, and that one's going to be a bit wide. That was Sydney Rocky, their leading scorer, averaging about 11 points per game. She also leads the team in minutes. She'll be out there practically this entire game. Getting a hand on it, almost getting the steal, was Isis Rogers, but there to collect was Jamise Bailey. Hands off back to Bailey. She spots up a 3 from the left wing, and that one's just a tad long. That one touched nearly the roof of this on the way here. She's got some big arc on that shot. Rogers kicks off. That's Holloway. Holloway floats and can't get it to go, but a rebound is from Smith. Landry Smith. Hands off. It's Lute. Lute gives off, and the first basket of the game belongs to Sydney Rocky. No surprise there, the leading scorer for Spalding.
Yeah, and she struggled a little bit in their last game. Had 37 minutes, but her lowest field goal percentage in three-point shooting percentage of the season, going 2 for 14 on the floor, total 1 for 8 for three-point distance.
And both these teams had excellent depth in their previous game. Both teams had multiple girls in 10-point scoring positions. Fontbonne had 4 different girls with at least double-digit points. Spalding had 3, so it was an all-around effort. There's a turnover there from Spalding. We pointed that out at the start of the game. 33 turnovers in their loss against Principia. That's a 4-point loss. Little things you can clean up to end up on the right side of things.
Yeah, and they're definitely going to have to look to try and get those turnover numbers a little lower here against Fontbonne. You saw a pretty obvious one right there, trying to attack down low.
On the floor, there's a foul. Sam Foppe was on the ground. So we'll have an inbound now with Jamise Bailey passing in for the Griffins. Substitute made, Michaela Lute out of the game. Checking in for the first time is Gabby Douglas. We mentioned an excellent game for Douglas her last time out, a season-high 16 points.
All coming off the bench, too, just 22 minutes of play in that game.
If she is not averaging a ton of minutes this year, just 7th in minutes for the team. Here's a 3. Bailey, as that one ring up against the shot clock. and out of play. So it's still 2-0 about 3 minutes into this one. Both these teams have struggled to score at times this year. Spalding averaging 57 points a game. Fontbonne just 44. Both teams shooting 33% or less from the field. That's been evident so far. Neither team has been able to find a groove. Here's a three-point try, and that one won't fall either. That was Holloway. Bailey drives left, scoops, and is fouled. So Fontbonne will head to the line with a chance to get on the score sheet. But the charity stripe has not been fond of the Griffins so far this season. The team just shooting 51% from the line. First shot from Bailey, though, didn't look like that. Barely even grazed the net as it went through. 2-1. Bailey 1 for 2 at the line. That might have gone out on Spalding, and it did. The Griffins will retain possession. An inbound play underneath their own basket.
And Fontbonne going to look to try and get Jamise Bailey going early in this one. Just 10 points in their last matchup, which is a little quiet compared to what she's normally used to, putting up roughly 18 or 19 points or so. Usually one of the key focuses of this offense.
She's certainly been their most prolific scorer. Foppy's shot won't go. Good defense there by Spalding. Douglas comes up with speed, kicks to the wing, now driving the baseline and sending a pass towards Batiste, and she couldn't come up with it. Body's on the ground, stolen away Douglas. Douglas pulls up, three-point try. Here's Isis Rogers. She's going to get fouled. So she'll head to the line for three.
Turnover there from Brianna Beamer. And it was the freshman Gabby Douglas able to jump on that loose ball and get the pass over for the wide-open three-point attempt there.
Spalding's been a lot more efficient from the line this season as a team as the first one goes. 76%. So that's certainly something to look at when you're looking at these two teams and their efforts today. If it's at the free throw line, it's so far been in favor of Spalding, and they knocked down the first two. So Rogers tries to finish off a three-point play. Rogers 83% from the line this year. That's only going to improve. She goes 3 for 3.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's really impressed me about this Spalding club is all 5 of their starters are shooting over 80% at the free throw line, and that's been a huge part of their offense, being able to get those easy points.
Certainly has. Brianna Caldwell will check in now for Spalding. Nicole Holloway sent to the bench. And this is a Fontbonne starting 5 that we're looking at with Jamise Bailey, Brianna Beamer, Kristen Comfey, Piper Fitzgerald, and Sam Foppy. They played every minute of their win against Blackburn last time out. So expect to see that same unit out there for a good margin of this game. Beamer guarded all the way out near half court. She's going to try to drive to the right side. Her pass towards Bailey is just going to hit the backstop, protecting the wall.
Yeah, just a little behind the back there. Bailey unable to reach out and reel that pass in. Down by 4 points here. That's a turnover that the Griffins cannot afford to have.
Gabby Douglas has been controlling the ball since she came in. The freshman, as we've mentioned, coming off of her best game, trying to build off of that. Golden Eagles working it around the perimeter. Now they're going to find Sydney Rocky. He drives in, up and under, won't go. She gets her own rebound, kicks out. Douglas comes in, floats it down low, and the first points of the game for Brianna Caldwell.
And a great pass there from the freshman Gabby Douglas.
I couldn't tell if that was a pass or if she got a little bit of her shot blocked, but it ended up working out perfectly for the Golden Eagles. They lead 7-1. Beamer drives baseline. Her pass goes wildly off the basket. It goes off of Spalding, however, and Fontbonne will retain possession. 7-1, almost 5 minutes in to this first quarter.
Yeah, that pass looked like it went off number 4, Isis Rogers, giving Fontbonne another opportunity here to put some points on the board.
Adam, you've watched this team enough. It's a Fontbonne team that will take a lot of three-pointers, and we've seen it so far that when they're not falling, they will have trouble scoring, and you see that 7-1 right now, but they just need that three-point barrage to start coming through.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing for them is with having the short bench that they're going to have for this entire season, they're going to get real tired out if they keep trying to attack down low. So the key of their offense is to try and work the perimeter and get those three-point shots to fall.
Beamer had to force that one up. She didn't really have enough time to get off a great shot. That one goes wide, and the shot clock runs out. Now officially under 5 minutes left in this first quarter, 4:59 as Gabby Douglas brings up the ball. Gabby Douglas, pretty nice sports name to have, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It's a great name.
One of the best of all time. Now in the corner, this one is fit in towards Batiste. She kicks back out. This is almost over the head of Rogers. Rogers finds Douglas. She fits it in now to Caldwell. Caldwell drives from the low block, air ball, but the rebound is put back up and in. Zanea Batiste on the board.
Batiste always looking to gather those rebounds. 27 rebounds versus Centenary from New Jersey. Over 214 rebounds all of last season. Really always looking to collect those boards both on the offensive and defensive side.
Certainly is. She had 14 rebounds in their last time out. Three-point ball. This one will fall. Kristen Comfy starts the scoring for Fontbonne, rather the field goals at least. They did have a free throw. It's 9-4. Rogers. Douglas Rogers again. Three-point try in the corner. I don't know how she was able to use the backboard there, but Sydney Rocky couldn't get it to fall. Jamise Bailey, again the leading scorer for Fontbonne this year, is on the score sheet. She's got a point from the free throw line. She'll kick to Beamer. Beamer working around the perimeter. Picks up her dribble. She's getting pressured, and Fitzgerald loses it. It's Rocky on the break. Rocky goes to her right. She'll finish easily, and it's 11-4. And a timeout is going to get called by Michael Fitzgerald of Fontbonne. So we're going to take a quick break.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
3 minutes, 24 seconds left here at Fontbonne at Lee McKinney Court. The Griffins, a bit of a slow start, did hit a three recently, but they trail 11-4 to a Spalding team that has struggled to win. They're 1-6, have lost their last four, have not won in conference. Looking for their first conference win and to snap that four-game losing streak, they're off to a good start. These two teams, Adam, are teams that have faced a similar opponent, and that's Principia, a conference opponent. Spalding lost 57-53 their last time out to them. It was a different story when Fontbonne played them, a 77-47 defeat. So we're talking about a difference of a 4-point defeat and a 30-point defeat to the same team.
Absolutely, and that Principia squad, they had a ton of players on their bench that they were able to sub in. I mean, they had more players coming off the bench, putting points on the board than Fontbonne had in their entire roster.
Nicole Holloway's three won't fall. Brianna Beamer comes up with the steal. Now she's on the floor, and we're going to get a jump ball between her and Caldwell. And that Principia team, it's interesting because over the last few years, they have started to get more girls to be able to play, and on the men's side as well. They had lost so many students at the enrollment at the school, and then they opened it up, and more people have ventured out to play for the Principia Panthers, a beautiful campus if you've ever been up there. But it's good to see them having more success.
Yeah, and the most impressive thing that I noticed was the amount of underclassmen that they had on the squad that were able to step up and produce pretty big numbers. A lot of freshmen and sophomores playing in that game and playing very well for them.
Wonderful passing from Spalding. The three-pointer wide open from Michaela Lute won't fall on the ground, and almost getting the steal will get a jump ball. Sydney Rocky's been everywhere right now. She's on the floor, she's getting steals, she's on the score sheet, and she forces a turnover there, or at least a jump ball.
And they're playing pretty aggressive. Fontbonne's got to work to make some quicker passes. They want to try and avoid some of those turnovers and jump ball scenarios that we've seen early on in this one.
Jordan Harpel checks into the game, as well as Chloe Harbor for the Griffins. Jamise Bailey on the left wing, waiting for a screen. She gets it from Foppe. Bailey now backs up. She's got 14 to shoot. Works off another Foppe screen. She's really driving in, and she's going to get a foul called, I believe, against Sydney Rocky. Excuse me, it was against Gabby Douglas. A blocking call puts the Griffins under their own net for an inbound play. 3 fouls in this first quarter from Spalding, just 1 from Fontbonne. So neither team in the bonus yet. Foppe tries to air this out. It gets deflected by Rocky and stolen away by Douglas. She'll push the pace. Goes right at Bailey. A lot of contact. They're going to call the charge. Jamise Bailey got her feet set out of the protected area, and it's going the other way.
Down by 7 here. Fontbonne really lucky to get that charge call, and now they've got to try and turn the ball up the other way and see if they can get something going offensively.
You mentioned that Principia forced 33 turnovers against Spalding last time, and that's because they were playing an aggressive form of basketball, and you mentioned the deep bench they have. Fontbonne is not afforded that same opportunity with the school closing as Bailey's three-pointer misses. What a great stretch pass up to Caldwell, but she's denied at the rim. Nicole Holloway had the pass, and now Jamise Bailey's going to lose this one out of grounds. Wanting a foul call there was Michael Fitzgerald.
And yeah, with Fontbonne having a very short bench, typically only seeing 2 or 3 players that are going to substitute in, they just can't necessarily play the game down low very effectively without their players getting super worn out. And we saw that in the Principia game. They just really struggled to defend down low in the paint.
And it's a hard time trying to play up pace when you don't have the numbers. Holloway converts there. Now it's Bailey. She comes all the way through. Give her the bucket and the bruise. Jamise Bailey did it all herself. She can create good looks on her own, and that's a special thing to have here at this level.
And she can score from just about anywhere. She's one of the few players that you will see from Fontbonne that actually likes to attack down low instead of just always looking for that three-point attempt.
Well, she completes the three-point play there. Now she'll go get a breather as Brianna Beamer checks back in. Kristen Comfy as well. Lute brings up the ball for the Golden Eagles. She works to the right wing. Still hasn't given it up. Now it's Rocky. Back to Lute. Rocky, corner 3. Bang. Got it. Under a minute left in this first quarter, 16-7. Spalding leading Fontbonne. Brianna Beamer across half court. Now she'll hand off. That's Piper Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald in the corner. That's Beamer again. Beamer works off a Competrine. She's looking for help from Fitzgerald. She gets it. 13 to shoot. 30 on the game clock. Fitzgerald has that one poked away, and now she's going to turn it over. That's Sydney Rocky. She's busting up the other way. Gives it off. This is Douglas. Rocky right back inside. Beautiful catch. Beautiful layup. Brianna Caldwell. This has been great ball movement from the Golden Eagles in the offensive zone.
Yeah, really nice passing play there to able to set up that easy shot. Now Fontbonne working down to the final 5 seconds here.
Beamer guarded by Rogers. And no shot is going to get up as the clock runs out on this first quarter. Spalding dominated in it. Great on offense, even better defense. They lead 18-7.
College sports communicators are the lifeblood of any broadcast on television. Our communicators, our comm leads, our sports information directors, all those folks who touch this industry are really unsung heroes.
They love their university. They love their work. They go out of their way to present a great image for the university, for the players that they represent.
Learn more at collegesportscommunicators.com/celebratecsc.
Seconds.
Zach Goodman, Adam Lewis here watching some SLIAC basketball at Fontbonne University. Lee McKinney Court is being used. 18-7, Spalding leading over Fontbonne after one quarter. And Adam, what was really the leading up to the way that first quarter played out?
Oh, I mean, I think Sydney Rocky making her presence absolutely felt early in that one. 7 points in the first quarter. She kind of struggled a little bit offensively in the last game, just putting up 5 points. She's averaging 11.1 points per game on the season. She's had a little bit of an inconsistent start this year compared to last season, but so far in this one, it certainly seems like she has found her rhythm early.
8 points off turnovers so far for Spalding compared to just 1 point off turnovers for Fontbonne. 8-2. 6-2, excuse me. The turnover battle being won by Spalding, and that was something they really struggled in against Principia, but that's been one of the main differences in this game so far.
Absolutely. They're just playing aggressive, all up and down the court, able to force those turnovers on this Fontbonne squad. That's been a huge part for this 11-point lead that they carry into the second.
We flip side. Spalding has the ball to start this second quarter. Rogers to Rocky. Rogers again. Sent all the way into the corner. Michaela Lute. Her three won't fall. Rebound to Fitzgerald. She'll give off to Bailey, and Bailey will bring the ball up. She's done that every time so far. Fitzgerald gets it back to Bailey. She has a lot of space on the baseline. Decided not to drive left. Now she goes right to it. She's going to score. She had all that time and space, eventually decided to go with it, and it turned out 18-9. Rogers inside. Now it's Lute. Lute picks up her dribble, had to find Rocky. 14 to shoot. Swung around, Batiste inside. She backs in, she'll head to the line. Not a lot Foppy could do there. A good power move from Batiste down low.
Yeah, and she's always going to be down low, working in the paint, around the board, trying to put up those layups, and also looking to collect some rebounds as well.
Batiste first free throw. Nice and clean. That's her 5th point. Looking for the 6th here. Which means Bailey has 6. That leads Fontbonne. 7 for Sydney Rocky. That leads the game. So 2 for 2 from the line for Zanea Batiste. 20-9 is your score now. Bailey off to Beamer. Fitzgerald had that pass. Holloway almost stepped in front of it. Now she's guarding Fitzgerald, reaches in, no foul called. Foppy comes up with the ball. Foppy now kicks to Beamer. Shot fake, now she'll drive the baseline. This one's off the front of the iron. Foppy, big offensive rebound, and now everyone's battling for it, and a whistle comes in for a jump ball. Foppy went down hard with Batiste, but Fontbonne will retain possession on the jump ball, and we'll have an inbound underneath the basket. Got a stoppage in play here. I think they're looking at the shot clock.
I believe you are correct. They're trying to decide if they're going to leave it at 20 seconds, and I believe they will.
I think they were asking if that Beamer shot ever hit the rim. That was the Spalding complaint. It did. It was the front of it. Went straight down for Foppy. Bailey got that long pass. Had to fend off Rogers there. Bailey, 1-on-2. In the paint, tons of moves. She's going to lose it. She's going to get called for a travel first. Another turnover forced by Spalding. The 7th of the game. That's a large reason they're out in front. Just had more chances on the offensive side. 7 of 16 for Spalding, 3 of 12 for Fontbonne. Lute on the wing. Caldwell. Here's a three-point try. Nothing but net. Isis Rogers knocks down that three, the 2nd of the game for Spalding, and their lead has ballooned up to 14 points.
She had a lot of room to work with out there to knock down that three-point shot.
You're working against a tired Fontbonne team with the numbers that they have, and the ball movement has been stupendous so far for Spalding. A lot of open looks, and this is stolen away. Michaela Lute in the passing lane. She'll head up. She's got Batiste with her. Into the paint. Now she'll kick out and reset. Rocky, the baseline. She's got 3 ladies on her. And that is going to get a foul called against Jamise Bailey for a reach in there. The refs have, for the most part, let these ladies play so far. Not a ton of whistles. And there's been a lot of contact, too, at times.
Yeah, Michael Fitzgerald, the head coach for Fontbonne, seemed like he was a little confused with that call right there.
Well, I think it probably is the correct call, as here's a three-point try, and Nicole Holloway won't get that. Batiste kicks back out. Here's a deep 2, and that was identical to the 3 she just hit, just a little bit shorter. Isis Rogers has the last 2 baskets of the game. But back to that foul call, I believe it's the right call, but the way that this game has been called so far and the physicality, that hasn't been a call that's been made so far. But right there, right back, you get the same call on the other side.
Absolutely. See the officials starting to even out the way that they're going to officiate this game.
It's almost a college basketball tradition for officials to not use their whistles in the first half, and then the second half they head into the locker room feeling like they need to make more of an impact on the game. Kendall Madison in now for the Golden Eagles. She's defending against Brianna Beamer, and Beamer will head to the line now. So Madison's in for a whole 6 seconds before she has her first personal foul, trying to defend the drive of Beamer. So Beamer goes to the line. This season, 7 of 17 from the free throw line, make it 7 of 18. And she won't get either of those to fall, so an empty possession for Fontbonne after drawing the foul. Here comes Rogers all alone. She tries to fling this one back out. Brianna Beamer read it like a book. She's driving in on the fast break, and she'll be able to score. A timeout called by Spalding. Coach Ben Arsenault wants a word with his team in his second season.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Just under 7 minutes left in this second quarter. 25-11, Spalding on top of Fontbonne in this SLIAC matchup. Zach Goodman, Adam Lewis bringing you this game here on Prepcast. And Adam, so far it's been all Spalding, and a lot of that goes to Sydney Rocky, but really that last 2-3 minutes, it was the Isis Rogers show.
Yeah, she had a couple three-pointers early on in this one, able to hit a deep two as well. She's up to 8 points on the game, leading her team. She's really stepped up in a big way here for Spalding University.
Certainly most of the points for Spalding have come from 3 players. Isis Rogers has 8, Sydney Rocky 7, and Zenea Bautista 6. That's good for 21 of their 25 points. They'll start with the ball here as we come out of the timeout. The first one called by Spalding this half. Tons of contact, no call as Madison took a beating, but Bautista was there for the rebound and to clean that one up. Bautista now has 8. That's good for the tie for the game lead with Rogers. Bailey works off a Comfy screen. Not a lot going on, defended well there by Rogers. She's really agile on the defensive end. Off the foot there of Fitzgerald. Now it's Rogers, deep 3. That one's off the back of the iron. The rebound comes down. Comfy made a good effort to get to it, but Lute eventually rips it away. Rocky now on the left wing. Fits it inside. Back out to Lute. Rogers looking for options. Trying to get it down to Bautista. This one instead is going to be Madison. It won't go. Bautista there for the rebound again. And her second try won't work out either. It's Bailey's board. And she'll take it up the court. 5:30 left. Bailey drives in, high off the glass, just doesn't get it to fall. She's really tried that scoop layup a few times.
Yeah, that's the look she really likes to go for, especially early on in the game, try and get some points tallied up next to her number. She's got 6 so far in this one.
Fontbonne now in a 3-2 zone. Not surprising to see a team with not a deep bench revert to a zone, especially against a team that is willing to shoot the three-pointer. Right here, Sydney Rocky, that one barely glances off the iron. Beamer's rebound. Her team trails by 16 with under 5 left here in the second quarter. Trying to cut into this lead before halftime. Have some positivity heading into the final 20 minutes. Beamer at the top of the key. She's guarded well by Lute. Nowhere to go. She works off a Comfy screen. She's going to pull up. Her jumper is rebounded now by Bautista. She hands off to Lute. And here come the Golden Eagles the other way. Fit right inside. Madison couldn't handle the pass. She fires it back in, but her foot was on the baseline. Beautiful pass by Lute, unfortunately not handled by Madison.
A couple substitutions coming in here for Spalding. It's number 22, Landry Smith. And then for Fontbonne, it was Foppy checking back in and Mara Ogie.
Landry Smith, a freshman. She joins Gabby Douglas as the two freshmen to play in this game. Beamer thought about the three, now works off the Foppy screen. Tries right near the free throw line, kicks out to the top of the key. 12 to shoot for Jamise Bailey. And that's going to be an offensive foul there. That's a bit too aggressive of a screen from Mara Oj. This one's heading the other way.
Yeah, really got to focus to make sure you get your feet set when setting those screens. That was something that we saw Fontbonne struggle a little bit with in their last game against Principia.
Rogers to Rocky. Back to Rogers. The guard play has been excellent so far from the Golden Eagles. They've shot well from beyond the arc, and the passing has been great to get it inside. Bautiste has been a big beneficiary. Here's Lute, 3 seconds to shoot. This is going to have to get chucked up by Rogers, and Bautiste again there for the rebound, has it stripped for a moment, and Bailey's going to eventually come up with it. That was Chloe Harbor who got a hand in initially. Bailey drives all the way to the rack, uses the glass, but doesn't get it to go. Now Lute the other way, 3:15 to play in this first half. Lute finds some open space, great pass, that's blocked as Landry Smith tried to get on the scoreboard. And that one goes right through the hands of Mara Oj. And it'll head the other way. And this is such an interesting situation and season for Fontbonne in general. You have mostly seniors on the team, with the exception of just a couple sophomores. But the school's shutting down after the season. So they lost a lot of recruits, a lot of players to different schools. And the coaches understood what was going on, because it's hard to blame a kid trying to solidify themselves in a program that's going to be gone in a year. There's not much they can do about it, as that's a layup there from Rihanna Caldwell. But
yeah,
it's forced Fontbonne to look in different avenues. This Fontbonne basketball team contains a multitude of players from their very successful volleyball team. Beamer to Foppy. Foppy in the corner, Beamer again. She'll try the three. That one is in and out. Almost got the roll. But Mara Oj, who's in the game now, Piper Fitzgerald, Jordan Harpel, and Christian Comfy all play for this Griffins volleyball team as well, a team that won the conference tournament last year. Lute fires. The rebound is jostled for. Now they're on the floor. And Caldwell still in control of the ball, and now a jump ball. We've had so many jump balls in this first quarter.
Absolutely.
Or first half, rather.
It was Caldwell on the ground there just trying to hold on to possession, and Foppy for Fontbonne, who was running over trying to get a hand on that ball as well to get a stoppage in play.
Discussion from the officials. As of now, Sydney Rocky will inbound the ball from beneath her basket.
And the Griffins are okay with any extra break that they are going to be able to get in this one, even if it's just 10 or 15 seconds here and there with the officials conversing.
Fontbonne comes up the ball. On the floor is Chloe Harbor. Excellent effort. A jump ball this time. Fontbonne has the arrow.
Once again, it was Rihanna Caldwell for Spalding University battling for that loose ball on the ground, the 6-foot-tall sophomore.
Good turnover forced by Fontbonne. They'll have to do more of those if they want to get back into this game. They trail by 18. Brianna Beamer trapped in the corner. Great inside pass, Bailey. Bailey has it tipped away for a moment. Foppy, her pass goes off of Beamer and out of bounds.
Yeah, what a pass that was from Beamer. It seemed like Jamise Bailey almost wasn't expecting it. Able to catch the pass, but maybe not as cleanly as she wanted to. Couldn't quite take it to the basket for a layup attempt.
Yeah, it was a great pass there by Beamer. Beamer can certainly dish the basketball out, and Bailey their top scorer. Rogers, Lute at the top of the key. 2 Griffins on her, and now the pass goes to Rocky, and her 3 won't fall. Deep 2, rather, from the baseline, and getting called for a foul is Landry Smith, a little bit too close to Bailey, who gave her a bit of an elbow trying to get some separation. She'll draw the foul. 1:06 left in this first half.
Yeah, and Fontbonne here really just got to see if they can get anything positive going into the second half. Down by 18, just 1:06 left to go here in the first half. We'll have to see if they're able to get anything on the board.
Fitzgerald into to Bailey. Jordan Harpel back on the court. Drives in, tries the underhand scoop layup from the left side, but Bailey doesn't get that one to drop. Bailey now 2 of 9 from the field. She does lead the Griffins with 6 points. Rocky to Rogers. Eyes up Caldwell. Now she's looking to give off, and she finds Smith. And Beamer cuts into the passing lane. Has it go off a foot, but she'll get the turnover. Just won't get the fast break. Hands off now to Bailey. Bailey, pull up, deep 3. And that one's a bit wide. Fine for the offensive rebound was Foppy, but Lute gets the tip ball. No more shot clock in this first half. 19 seconds left. Now 15. Rocky can hold for the last shot. She's guarded aggressively by Bailey. She is trying to work it inside, and now Lute will as well. She'll float from the baseline, and that one hit both sides of the rim and out. Rebound comes down and poked out of bounds as Caldwell had a couple offensive boards, and with 1/10 of a second left, the clock stops. Can't imagine they'll be able to get anything up, so it looks like the score at halftime will be 29-11 in favor of Spalding. It's been a great effort all around, but you look at their 2 leading scorers, Isis Rogers, Zanea Bautista, and then let's add Sydney Rocky as well. 8, 8, and 7. That really led the way.
Yeah, and you're really getting a pretty decent mix of the offense with those 3. You got Caldwell mainly attacking down low. Rogers, a little bit of a mid-range, shooting from the outside as well. And then Sydney Rocky, she was kind of all over the place throughout that first half. You could see her just moving, flying up and down the court, always looking to jump on that loose ball, and always trying to put some points on the board as well.
Well, I think Ben Arsenal is going to have a lot of good things to say in the Spalding locker room. Michael Fitzgerald is going to have to draw up a few things for the Griffins at the break. 29-11, Spalding out in front. Come back.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Right. We welcome you back to the second half. Fontbonne Griffins versus the Spalding Golden Eagles. Fontbonne currently down 29-11 as Spalding starts off with the ball. Adam Lewis, I've got Zach Goodman alongside me. Spalding quickly trying to get the pass up top. Beamer with another steal. She had 3 in the first half. Gets the pass over to Bailey, and they get the layup right there.
Yeah, excellent start for Fontbonne in the first half. Didn't really have too many fast break points. That might be their first basket all day on the break. But like you mentioned, 4th steal of the game for Brianna Beamer. She's been all over on the defensive side of the ball.
Now Hollowell with it. Get it to Rocky. Drives down, gets a pass out. Good ball movement by Spalding again. Shot put up, goes off the backboard, but they're able to maintain possession momentarily.
I think the discussion might be about the shot clock again here. Is that ball, if it barely hit the rim, if it hit the rim, it barely grazed it, and it didn't. So that was what the ref was doing, stopping it so that they can move the shot clock down from 18 seconds to 9.
And Brianna Beamer trying to call for a travel there, but not going to work in her favor. Spalding's going to hold on to possession of the ball. It's Luke. It's a pass across. Hollowell with a deep 3 and hits it as the shot clock was expiring.
Yeah, now 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. That's the 3rd three-pointer hit on the day for the Golden Eagles.
Hollowell just her 2nd basket. First three-pointer, make it 5 points in the game 4. Now for Fontbonne, it's Fitzgerald. Did not register a shot in the first half. She led the team in points in their last outing, 4 for 10 from 3. Takes a three-pointer here. That one just off. Spalding back the other way. It's Lute. Driving right down the middle, kicks out. Isis Rogers now. Quickly works it around. Lute with the shot. Unable to get that one to fall. Hollowell with the follow-up. That one just off the rim as well. It's again Rocky with it. Driving down, puts the basket in, but a call from the official is going to negate it.
Yeah, so this one is on Nicole Hollowell. There was 3 bodies on the ground there. Spalding's not too keen about the call, but it'll be Fontbonne's ball. It's a nice buffer when you're up by 19 points, though.
Beamer going to take it up past half court for Fontbonne now, trying to get some isolation for Bailey. They get it to her now. The top of the key, she calls for a screen. Isn't quite going to get it. It's a pass over to Beamer. Beamer for Kempfy, a 3-point shot, one unable to fall.
Good look there for Kempfy, trying to get this steal from behind is Fitzgerald.
Kempfy hit the first three-pointer of the game for Fontbonne. It's the only 3 points she has so far. Now a three-pointer for Hollowell. That one just off. Foppy with the rebound. Trying to get a quick pass up for Beamer. It gets there. Pass across for Bailey. Another deep 3 for Fontbonne here. That one unable to fall.
She's had a ton of good looks from beyond the arc, and they're just not falling for her right now. 0 for 6 from deep for Bailey, but a lot of them are right on target. She's just missing.
She was 0 for 5 in the first half, just 2 for 10 on total field goals in the first half. Ball tipped, and it's going to go out of bounds. It will be Spalding looking to inbound from below the hoop. It's Rocky. She's got 7 points in the game. She's averaging 11.1 on the season. Gets the pass up to Rogers at the top of the key. Now over for the freshman Gabby Douglas. Pretty quiet in the first half, even though we were calling her name quite a bit. Did not register a stat in just over 5.5 minutes of play. Down low, loose ball gets kicked out. You're going to say it's Fontbonne ball.
Yeah, great defense down low there by Fontbonne. Sam Foppy combined with Kristen Comfy stood their ground and were able to get a hand on that one, causing chaos in the turnover.
Now it's Beamer and Bailey working up. Play a little game of give and go. Right back to Bailey attacking down low, and she puts up the layup.
And that's where they're at their best. They're trying to play a little bit of a two-man game there. They get the ball to Beamer and trying to get the give and go back to Bailey, and it worked out that time. That's the third straight possession they've tried the exact play.
Denise Bailey, 10 points in the game now, trying to hold on to that one.
And I think we're going to get a technical foul here against Sanea Batiste.
I believe you are right. The official calling up the tech on number 20 for Spalding University. Spalding's second foul of the third quarter here. Third foul of the quarter, 6:16 remaining. And Batiste will now sub out. Brianna Caldwell in to take her spot.
Batiste has been excellent in this one. 17 rebounds to 8 points.
Bailey's going to hit the first free throw. Batiste averaging 14 rebounds per game this season, up to 17 on the day as Bailey hits her second.
And in the first half, we don't have the numbers for offense and defensive rebounds live right now for the second half, but for the first half, 6 offensive rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds, for 13 in total, but 6 on the offensive side of the ball. That's a killer to a Fontbonne team that has struggled to score. You can't give so many second chance opportunities, though.
Right, just a very good mix of being able to not only rebound on the defensive side, but on the offensive side. And Fontbonne looks to take a timeout, and so we will take one as well, a quick 30-second break, and we will be back.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
We welcome you back. 32-17 lead for the Spalding Golden Eagles. Brianna Beamer looking to inbound the ball for Fontbonne. She'll kick it over to Piper Fitzgerald. Quickly back to Beamer. Gets a pass down low for Bailey, a great pass, and she's able to put the layup in.
That was like reading a zone as a quarterback and throwing the ball preemptively, knowing she's eventually going to get there. Beamer with an absolute dot through so many defenders finds the wide open Bailey, but that had to develop.
Now Spalding looking to quickly put some points back on the board. It's Luke, gets a pass down low, and Caldwell able to put up the layup. She's got 6 in the game now.
Yeah, great finish there with her left hand, not afraid to use it. Used her size advantage, stayed strong, and got a good look there.
Fitzgerald the other way for Fontbonne. Kicks a pass out for Kemphy, across for Bailey. Bailey gets a screen from Foppy, looking to drive it herself. Ball going to go out of bounds on a Spalding player.
Yeah, that was a hand in there. I believe might have been Isis Rogers. And Isis Rogers deserves so much credit for the way she's been able to defend Jamie Bailey's side.
Bailey able to put up 14 points of the 19 for Fontbonne. But overall, she has been shut down for the most part. A turnover there. Bad pass from Bailey. Spalding the other way. Here it is, Rogers driving with it. And she puts the shot up. Nice little Euro step there.
Tell you what, she's got a ton of skill. And she's a great athlete as well. Just watch her on the defensive side of the ball, the way she's able to stay in front of Bailey with such efficiency. She moves her feet really well, stays in front. Now a couple ladies down, including Isis Rogers there as the timeout's called. 30-second one.
With that being said, we will also take a quick 30-second break, and we will be right back with the remaining.
College sports communicators are the lifeblood of any broadcast on television. Our communicators, our comm leads, our sports information directors, all those folks who touch this industry are really unsung heroes.
They love their university. They love their work. They go out of their way to present a great image for the university, for the players that they represent.
Learn more at collegesportscommunicators.com/celebratecsc.
Athletic Republic. So we welcome you back. A 17-point lead for the Spalding Golden Eagles, 36-19. 4:48 remaining here in the third quarter. It is the senior Sam Foppe looking to inbound the ball for Fontbonne. Bailey trying to get open. Instead, kick it out to Kempfy. Cross for Fitzgerald. Back to Foppe now. Foppe works off a screen from Kempfy, trying to take it herself, and a nice defensive play by Caldwell down low.
Yeah, Foppe wanted a foul there, but Caldwell has the right to stay still. She kept her hands straight up. That's no foul. It's just great defense.
Three-point ball will not go for Spalding. I believe that was Michaela Lute. Now Bailey the other way, able to put the layup in. 36-21 now. She's up to 16 on the game.
That was the first time this game from the left side that she's been willing to go to her left hand. That was a really difficult contested layup that she scooped and scored on with that left hand. Beautiful job there by Bailey.
Bailey deciding the three-point ball not quite working in her favor this game. She's going to start driving the paint more. As we will get a turnover as the ball went out of bounds. Fontbonne inbounds it now. It's Beamer. Trying to slow the game down a little bit. Kicks it over to Fitzgerald. Right back to Beamer. Works off a screen. Now gets it to Kempfy. Another three-point ball, and that one off the rim. Spalding quickly the other way. Lute gets it to Rocky. Back to Lute. She's looking to drive it. Kick out now for Rogers. A fake shot. Takes it herself and gets the two-point shot up. 3:20 to go here in the third. East Bailey going to walk out to the top of the key. Works off a screen with her right hand, driving. Nice defensive play there. Spalding unable to keep the ball in bounds.
And defensively, it's really easy for Spalding when one player is taking practically every shot and scoring all their points. They're really just doing a great job helping on defense. It's mostly Isis Rogers who's guarding Jamise Bailey, but down low, she's getting a ton of help from her teammates who know that she's the main scoring option. And at times, has really been the only scoring option.
16 of the 21 points goes to Bailey. She's got the ball now. A deep three-point shot. Gonna air ball on that one, and Beamer unable to keep the play alive. Zanaya Batiste subs back into the game for the first time since the technical foul taken just a few minutes ago. So Jordan Harpel into the game for Fontbonne. Beamer looking to get another steal right there, just out of her reach.
Yeah, but she forced the turnover. She's everywhere on the defensive side of the ball, flying around, really jumping into passing lanes. And at times, Spalding's been a bit careless with the ball. And Beamer is certainly taking advantage of that on the defensive side of the ball. They just got to get it going on this side of the court.
Just 2 points for Beamer in this one, but great defensive play. A three-point attempt here, unable to fall. As the ball gets deflected off a Fontbonne player and out of bounds. I believe it was off of number 12, Jordan Harpel.
Well, I think it might have gone off the face, actually, of Sam Foppe off of a swat there from Jordan Harpel. She's a great middle hitter for this volleyball team at Fontbonne. Shades of that right there, trying to bat that rebound away from the Spalding players, and ended up hitting Foppe in the face.
Now Rogers, a mid-range shot, unable to get that one to fall. Fontbonne, number 3, Bailey comes up with it. It's a pass across for Foppe. A ton of time and space, unable to knock down the three.
That was a good-looking shot there from Foppe. In and out.
Quickly the other way, Spalding trying to put a shot up. It gets blocked by Bailey. She's got it now. Bailey looking to drive with the right hand, puts the layup in.
That's her signature move. She really loves that scoop layup. She's bringing it down near her hip and then laying it up underhand. She'll do it from both sides of the ball.
Spalding the other way, trying to slow it down. Gabby Douglas with it. Gets it over for Lute. Rocky trying to find Batiste down low. Fitzgerald with the interception. They get it quickly up to Jamise Bailey. Trying to spin around, get a pass for Foppe. Now Batiste the other way. Stop up and able to get the easy layup there. 1:11 to go here in the third. Timeout on the courts. We will take one as well, and we will return momentarily for the final 1:11 here in the third.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Fontbonne's men's team the last few years has been really good.
As we welcome you back. Once again, 40-23 lead here for the Spalding Golden Eagles. Both teams are concluding their timeout here. 1:11 to go here in the third. Fontbonne finding themselves trailing by 17 points.
This was an improved quarter, though, for Fontbonne compared to how the others have gone. They actually won that third quarter 12-11. Spalding won the first quarter 18-7 and 11-4 in the second, so a large difference.
Especially strong quarter from Jamise Bailey, just 6 points in the first half, now up to 18 in the contest. Fitzgerald looking for the three ball, unable to get that one to fall. Rocky the other way, the pass up for Douglas. Pass inside for Batiste, and she's got another layup.
Yeah, it's a double-double now for Batiste. All those points to go along with her 18 rebounds.
12 points for Batiste as Beamer trying to drive. It's a kick out for Chloe Harbor. Shot unable to fall. Now the freshman, Gabby Douglas with it. It's it up for Rogers. Spins off Fitzgerald, down low to Batiste. A nice pass to Rocky. Another shot made by Spalding. Under 20 seconds to go here in the third. Beamer looking to slow it down as there's just 10 seconds remaining now. Trying to hold possession for one last shot to the final four. That's it for Fitzgerald. Back to Beamer, the three-point shot. I believe it was tipped on its way, and it will be a 44-23 lead for Spalding University headed into the fourth quarter. Just 10 minutes remaining here in this contest. What can Fontbonne do? We will take a quick break and come back to find out.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
They've been like the team.
As we welcome you back to get the fourth quarter underway to see what the Fontbonne Griffins are able to do, see if they can mount a comeback in this one. So far, it has pretty much all been the Spalding Golden Eagles, able to put up 44 points through the first three quarters, and really able to balance out the offense pretty well between Rogers and Rocky, Zanaya Batiste, Rihanna Caldwell as well, able to come in off the bench. We were talking a little bit about Gabby Douglas, the freshman. Only got 2 starts so far in this season, and they were a little later, 2 of the last 3 games for Spalding. Talked about how good she played in their contest coming into this one. Played 22 minutes and put up 16 points, leading the team. She's been fairly quiet in this one.
Yeah, hasn't had the minutes either in this one. A little bit interesting coming off such of a great game, but she hasn't taken too many shots either. Well, she doesn't have any shots.
Spalding the other way. Batiste misses on the fast break. Bailey going to try and slow it down now.
12 points, though, from Fontbonne in that third quarter. They scored 11 in the entire first half. So clearly some offensive adjustments have been made.
And the big adjustment was get the ball to Jamise Bailey and let her go to work. She put up 12 points in that third quarter. She's got the ball now.
She scored all of Fontbonne's points in that third quarter.
3-point shot at the buzzer, unable to fall.
Yeah, that'll send Comfy to the line.
Comfy has 3 points in this one. Hit a 3-point shot in the first quarter. No luck since then.
43% free throw shooter.
Just misses the first one. Looked like it was going to fall, but bounces out.
Well, she's got 2 more.
Second one able to fall for her. Griffins now down by 20. Just over 9 minutes to go in the fourth. Third shot unable to fall. Batiste with another rebound. Quickly gets the ball over to Nicole Hollowell. Pass into the corner, it's Rogers. Gets it back to Hollowell, and that one's going to be blocked. I believe it was by Kristen Kempfey and out of bounds. Hollowell inbounds at Batiste, wide open in the paint. That's an easy 2 points there for Spalding.
Yeah, great ran play. She got off of a screen at the elbow, and she was all alone at the low block.
Now Fitzgerald with it. Throws a pass. Trying to throw it into space for Christian Kempfey. Batiste read that one all the way. Now wide open corner 3, and that one off. It was Michaela Lute taking that shot. Now Fontbonne collects the rebound. They will look to go the other way. It is Bailey again. That's it for Kempfey. Back to Bailey. Working one-on-one with Rogers. Tries to take it herself. Unable to get the shot to fall. Picks up her own rebound. She will draw the foul call.
Good effort there by Bailey, staying with that one. She's 4 for 5 from the line tonight, looking for her 20th point if she can get there. 18 right now. Sam Foppe will check back in for Harpel.
And also for Spalding, number 55, the freshman Mackenzie Day. We'll check in for Zanaya Batiste.
Good time now for Spalding to be able to get some players into the game who maybe have not had their fair share of minutes yet this season.
Bailey knocks down that second free throw attempt. Now Fontbonne trying to go full court press. Spalding able to get the pass right over their head, but not Bailey's right there. She forces the turnover. Lute trying to defend against Bailey. Off a screen, she dishes to Beamer. Beamer to Fitzgerald. Pump fakes. Fontbonne trying to work around the perimeter as we've seen so often. Call from the official there.
Yeah, they're going to get a push on Michaela Lute there. Trying to set the screen was Foppe, and
so Bailey will inbound the ball to Beamer. 7.5 remaining, down by 20. Bailey down low, able to put that shot up.
Tell you what, Brianna Beamer has been excellent creating turnovers, but then her passing has been excellent. That's her 4th assist of the game. Jamise Bailey has been the beneficiary every time. She's got 22 now.
Rocky gets it to Rogers. Now for Hollowell. Back to Rocky. Kicks it out for Michaela Lute. Hollowell now back to Rogers in the corner. Rocky up top. Fakes the shot. Takes it herself. Shot won't go, but able to draw the foul. She will head to the line. Sydney Rocky hits the first free throw. That will put her up to 10 points in the contest.
Well, she's the leading scorer this year for Spalding. Doing so again, an 86% free throw shooter.
Second one couldn't fall. Fitzgerald grabs the rebound. Fontbonne trying to go the other way. A stretch pass for Foppy just out of the reach. And it will go out of bounds.
In Fontbonne's last time out, in their lone win of the season against Blackburn, they had 4 different women in double digits. Sam Foppy had 12, Bailey 10, Beamer 13, and Fitzgerald 14, Adam. And today, it's been a completely different script. There's only 3 girls on the team that have scored, and Jamise Bailey has 22 of their 28 points.
Yeah, she's really the only one who's been able to consistently get some shots to fall. Unlike what the Griffins saw in their last time out, Beamer able to drive and put up 2 points right there. She had 13 in the last contest, but more impressively, 9 of those 13 came in the fourth quarter.
Those are some big points. That's a travel. Those are some big points in a game that they trailed going into the fourth quarter, and then a 21-10 outburst to win that game.
Absolutely. You talk about, as you mentioned, outscoring Blackburn 21-10 in the fourth, and Beamer coming up with 9 of those points.
They're going to have a bit more of a margin if they want to come back in this one.
Down by 17 here, just over 6 minutes remaining. Foppy with it, kicks it out. Kempfy wide open, unable to get that 3-point shot to fall. Kempfy not much luck with the 3-point ball except for the first one she attempted this game way back in the first quarter. We're going to get a substitution. It is number 1, Gabby Douglas, in for Spalding University. Nicole Hollowell will step out. Fontbonne trying to play the full court press. Nice pass broken up by Beamer there. She's got the ball now. She will draw the foul.
So she doesn't get the steal on that one, even though she was the one who get her hand in there. So it's another one that won't go on the stat sheet, that really she's been brilliant on the defensive side of the ball today, and then hopefully can turn that into a couple points here.
Spalding quickly subbing Gabby Douglas back out, bringing Nicole Hollowell back in. This Beamer is set to take 2. First one falls. Unable to hit the second one, so she will hold at 5 points in the game. Spalding will hold on to a 16-point lead for the time being. Kayla Lute across for Rogers, a 3-point ball able to fall there. Spalding up to 50 points for the team. Rogers up to 15.
2 for 3 from beyond the arc as well for Rogers. And now 15 points, as you mentioned. That's the most for Spalding in this one.
Bailey trying to drive down low. Have to slow the play down. Back up top. Foppy with a corner 3, unable to get that one to fall. Fitzgerald can't pick up the rebound. Now Spalding the other way. It's Hollowell. The fast break gets it to Batiste. And through a pass right at the official, it goes out of bounds. And it will be a timeout on the court by Spalding University. 5 minutes remaining, holding on to a 19-point.
College sports communicators are the lifeblood of any broadcast on television. Our communicators, our comm leads, our sports information directors, all those folks who touch this industry are really unsung heroes.
They love their university. They love their work. They go out of their way to present the great image for the university, for the players that they represent.
Learn more at collegesportscommunicators.com/celebratecsc.
2-1. As We welcome you back for the remaining 5 minutes here between the Fontbonne Griffins and the Spalding Golden Eagles. 19-point lead for Spalding University. Fontbonne looking to try and mount the comeback here. It's Beamer off the inbound from Foppe. Working one-on-one against Michaela Luke. Dances back outside, trying to find some space, gets it to Fitzgerald. Unable to knock that three down. She was 4 for 10 in the last matchup, led the team with 14 points. Now Spalding the other way, back out top. Rogers pump fakes the three, gets it to Rocky. Drives it herself, unable to get the layup to fall. Batiste gets the rebound, but her shot can't go. Fight for the ball. Foppe comes out with it as we get a stoppage in play. Officials discuss momentarily. Now Foppe will inbound it for Fontbonne. Beamer with it. Hands it off to Bailey. The deep three unable to go. Quickly the other way, it's Rogers. One-on-one against Bailey, and a strong defensive play to stand her up. Not allow that shot to go.
Yeah, big block there for Bailey. And the 4 minutes left, 19-point deficit, going to be tough to overcome if you're Fontbonne. But if you're Coach Michael Fitzgerald and you're looking at the way that the second half has gone from an offensive side, a lot of encouragement. Just 11 points in that first half. You still have 4 minutes to work with, and you've put up 20 in the second half.
Surely they would still like to try and spread the ball around a little more and not rely so heavily on Bailey. Spalding able to knock down another 2-point bucket right there.
Yeah, that'll put Batiste up to 16 points and the team lead. Again, for Spalding, she has 20 rebounds in this one.
Some unbelievable performance.
And she's 7 of 8 from the field, too. It's been efficient. 2 for 2 from the line.
She goes back to work down low. Rogers to Hollowell. Trying to get the pass to Batiste, but intercepted by Fitzgerald.
Yeah, great read there. Batiste was wide open. Fitzgerald saw it and broke into the passing lane, broke that one up. Offensive foul there on Comfy.
She goes down. 3:07 remaining here in the contest. A couple substitutions. Comfy out. They will bring Mara Ogie back in. Gabby Douglas once again returns to the court for Spalding. Pass goes off the foot of Beamer and out of bounds. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Sydney Rocky inbounds it to Rogers. A lot of space to work with. Elects to take it up top. One-on-one against Bailey. Now gets it to Douglas. Back to Rogers, a three-point attempt. That one unable to fall. Will go out of bounds. They will say it is the Griffins' ball. Now for Fontbonne, number 20, the sophomore Melissa Keaton checks into the game. 5'5" guard. St. Louis native. Beamer has it now, working off the screen from Ogie. Tried to get a pass down low to her on the pick and roll. Goes over her head and out of bounds.
Yeah, good offense there, though. The pass was a little bit errant, but the players ran well. And that's all you can really ask for at this point in this game. You're really just trying to, get good looks and continue to build confidence in your offense, because that is certainly what's held them back this year. It's been a pretty good defensive effort so far from Fontbonne.
Nice passing from Spalding. Rogers unable to get the shot to fall. Turnover there. Rocky comes up with it, but can't put the bucket in. Keaton hands it off to Bailey. Down to the final minute 50 here.
One of the big struggles for Fontbonne in this game has been their reliance on the three-point shot. But when you're relying on the three-point shot, they're 1 for 22 from beyond the arc. So that's really put a hamper on their offensive execution.
Especially for Fontbonne, we have seen them try to work that three-point ball into their offense so much early on this season, as Rogers will knock down another three-point shot of her own.
Her and Batiste are just trading off who has the most points in this game for Spalding. She's up to 18 now. Batiste at 16. Batiste, though, let's just talk about Zanea Batiste just for a second. What a performance, man. 16 points so far, 21 rebounds. And I know I just mentioned it, but when you're doing it from this efficiency, she's 7 of 8 from the field, knocked down both the free throws she took. You really can't ask for a better performance.
Absolutely not, and she was coming off a really solid performance her last game. She actually had her highest field goal percentage coming into this matchup at 55%, and then as you just mentioned, going 7 for 8 from the field, just incredibly good offensive numbers to go alongside with her rebounding abilities.
And she's dominated the boards, and a large part of those points that she's gotten have been on the offensive side of the glass. 17 offensive rebounds to just 8 in this game for Spalding against Fontbonne, and those second chance points have certainly made a difference. 15-2 in second chance points in favor of Spalding.
That is a huge reason why they hold the 55 to 31 point lead here as we are approaching the final minute of the fourth quarter. Nice shot block there.
Got a little stare down as well.
Rihanna Caldwell blocking the three-point attempt from Beamer. Will go out of bounds. Fontbonne will maintain possession. 12 seconds on the shot clock. They've got to get something going here quickly. Back to Bailey out the top of the key, unable to get the three-point ball to go. It's the freshman Douglas the other way. The final 50 seconds. Pass across for Landry Smith. Caldwell now, back out to Douglas. A little triangle passing here. Now they get it to Kendall Madison. Shot from the freshman Mackenzie Day, unable to go. And Spalding able to put up a shot, makes it 57-31, 25 seconds remaining here. Bailey with it. Less than a second difference between the shot and game clock. Bailey for three. Hits that one. That's the three ball she's been looking for all game long. Makes it 57-34. In the dying 10 seconds, they quickly get a pass up for Caldwell, looking to put the shot up, and the official says no.
They say it's on the floor, so they'll have an inbound underneath. That three-pointer, though, from Jamise Bailey got her up to 25 points on the game.
And I believe that is a season high for Jamise Bailey in the points category. 2.8 seconds here. Spalding will inbound the ball. One last shot by Caldwell. Hits it. And I believe that one will count. Yes, it will. 59-34. She will finish the day with 10 points herself. Spalding 1-6 coming into this contest. They pick up their second win of the season, their first conference win over the Fontbonne Griffins. And once again, another game where Fontbonne just really trying to get that three ball going in their favor. They were unable to early. It led to them getting big in the deficit category.
Yeah, but you're down 18 at half, and a much better effort in the second half. You only score 11 points in the first half, and then you knocked off 23 in the second half. So a lot of improvements for Coach Michael Fitzgerald's team. They're going to make some adjustments and have to bounce back their next time out.
With that being said, once again, 59-34 final. The upcoming game for this Fontbonne Griffins Women Basketball Club, December 10th against Wash U, right here at 6 p.m. at Fontbonne, and then followed that up on December 17th. That is a Tuesday against Williams Baptist And then December 18th on Wednesday versus Edgewood University.
Yep, won't have to travel far for the next game here against WashU, but then they're heading all the way out to Hawaii for those two matchups, rather, against Williams Baptist and Edgewood.
With that being said, we will look to wrap up this broadcast. Stick around with us. We've got the men's game coming up here in just about 20 or 30 minutes right here on Prepcast. Myself and Zach alongside me, we will bring that matchup to you as well.
Looking to get that extra 10%.